Welcome back to the Slab Kings. I'm your boy I Will 3. Coming live to you, man. It's a dreary Saturday here in Houston, man. I want to record a video trying to get my content up. I have a couple more videos that I had lined up. I'm still trying to get them edited. I had my first order from PSA that I had about 20 cards got graded. I still want to upload that video, but like I said, I'm still editing. So I'm coming to you right now. Just want to give I got a haul, so to say, of some stuff that I've ordered from off of eBay that I needed in my collection. Again, I'm just not really getting back into collecting. I had a long period of drought from probably about maybe 2006 up until last year that I really wasn't collecting. So even commons of some of today's stars like LeBron James, mainly LeBron, Carmelo, D Wade, they're really a class of '03 that have been a collective stay in the game right now. That just maybe recently retired, or like I say, LeBron, he's still in the league, but your Melo retired, D Wade, but I didn't have any Kevin Garnett's, no Steph Curry, like none of today's superstars, Kawhi Leonard, anything like that. So I'm trying to piece that together for my personal collection. Also, as we are the Slab Kings, I'm going to be flipping some product that I get. So I found this this deal rather on eBay. I couldn't pass it up. The cards are graded, but they're graded from a unknown company. I never heard of them before. They're called Ultimate Treasures. But the cards look great, and again, we'll be talking more. I'll be giving my opinion more about these graded companies in the videos to come. I do think that PSA right now is the top dog. They are the most respected in the game, followed by Beckett, and then you have SGC and then CGS. So those are like the top four. But usually PSA are the ones that usually gets the most return on investment as far as trying to get Gem Mint 10 product. You can get Gem Mint 10 product, or what Beckett calls theirs is the black label, whatever. But there's not often that you're going to get the amount of money or the value for the money with a PSA 10 than you would for the other company's highest grade of 10. So I think us as consumers and collectors, we're going to have to change that narrative in order for us to be able to get the value that we want, because I personally don't think there's a lot of difference between a 9 and a 10, and especially with the value of it. If you can just say, I'm going to show you, this is one of my first cards that I got. This is one of the LeBron James. I had probably got about 7 or 8 of these cards for a good little price, and they were, like I said, they were already graded. So, let's just say the value of this card is $1,000 at a 10. Well, it doesn't make sense to me that if it's graded at a 9, that the value would be like $150 or $200. To me, that's too far of a gap in the money to where to say, okay, from a 9 to a 10, you're talking about $700-800. And then if you go to a 9 to an 8, it's dropping off to maybe $40 or $50. Like, again, there's not that much difference between each particular number grade. So, but this is one of the ones. This is a Donruss, and it's just a common card. But hey, like I said, I didn't have any LeBron, so but this one's graded at a 10. Front to back, everything looks good. So what I think I'm eventually going to do, and I've heard other bloggers talking about doing the same thing, to whereas they would get a company, whether it's CGS or SGC or even Beckett, take it, crack it, and then resend it to another, to PSA to see if they could get the Gem Mint 10 to, get the value to go up. So I'm gonna quickly show you again, some of the ones that I got. Like I said, a lot of them are real basic. This is Chronicles. So and as I'm getting back into collecting, I'm seeing such a different shift and change in the cards that I was used to buying as far as the companies that I recognize. When I was coming up, it was Fleer, Donruss, Score, Topps, Upper Deck. Then Topps end up going with their different sub variations, Stadium Club, Topps Finest, Topps Chrome. So a lot of these cards or the companies are no longer making those different variations. And now the name I'm seeing prominent is Panini, and again, I haven't done all my research that I need to see how and who is Panini, how do they come such a major factor in the game, and how they're able to take and have so many different subsets, or how did they merge all these different companies under their umbrella. Like this is a pink variation of whichever one this is. I think this is oh my goodness, it says Panini, but I can't see I think it says platinum, but I know it's a pink variation, so I know that means that it may be worth a little bit more money than just a subset, the base card. So now I was familiar. I think I seen the NBA hoops, and I was glad to see that they were still around. But again, like this is an 8.5. So all of these cards are graded up to at least an 8. But when I say I got all these cards that were graded, I got all these cards for less than maybe $50. And I know that just in a raw form, a base card of LeBron James is going between $3 and $5 at least. And not to get something, again, like this is the pink version, it may, double the price to $10. So, and I really was excited, man, growing up, it was certain kind of holy grail cards that everyone kind of clamored to get, but, if you little kid, you really didn't have a lot of money and you just try to collect what you can get, you're like, man, you wish that one day either you were able to look up and get certain cards or, eventually be able to buy it. Like, I first started collecting back in 1989, and Ken Griffey Jr., the Upper Deck rookie card was like the holy grail of cards to be able to own. And I was unfortunate I wasn't able to pull it out of a pack. And because, man, back then, that pack came out, it might have been $1.50 or $2 a pack, which was extremely high at that time, given the fact that you could probably buy a regular pack of Topps or Donruss or Score or Fleer for like 50 to 75 cents. So, but one card in particular that I clamored to get was the 1991 Upper Deck Michael Jordan red, white, and blue baseball. And due to the credits of eBay, I was finally able to get that particular card. Now, knowing what I know about today's game, I inspected it really as much as I could with the eyeball test. I'm hoping that this is not a counterfeit. I know that it was a limited, print of this particular card. Like it was a special print. So I don't know initially how many of the cards that were in initial run. But I got this card here, I think for like $19. And we know how much, how highly valuable this card can be graded, and if it gets a decent grade or a 9 or a 10, you're potential to make, a good turnaround on your money. So, but I don't think I'm going to send it off to get graded, but I'm not going to flip this one. I'm going to keep this one in my personal collection. I always loved this card. I thought it was cool when he did it, but because at the time this was 91, he didn't retire until 93, and we had no clue that he was going to try to actually play baseball the 94, 95 season. So, but I love this particular card, and I got me one. Again, I had a couple more other LeBrons. And what I want to do with LeBron, because, he's had such a long, illustrious career, and the fact that he's played for 3 teams and, Cleveland twice, I wanted to be able to have some of his cards that spanned, from each one of those teams. So, and then, like, he had the variation of the change of the jersey. So he's wearing the number 6 here. And then on this particular one, he's wearing number 23. Now, I follow basketball. I'm not just into it day to day like that. So, but I don't remember, did he initially come over when he came to the Lakers? Did he wear number 6 and then he switched to 23? So I have to go and find that out. Now, again, so Prism and Select, there are some, other companies that are usually selling these cards now, and they are under the scope of Prism or Panini, right? So, like I know with this particular one here, this is a green. So this being a green, whatever, could be more than the regular base version of this particular card. So, but again, I like the card. It's LeBron was not to like about it. So, and then me being from Houston, we've had a luck of running success with our baseball team with the Stros, and one person that I did not have. Now, really and truthfully, again, I didn't collect a lot during these last 10, 15 years. So I don't have a lot of even our little hometown heroes when it goes, especially to baseball. So I have no Altuve's, no Carrera, which he's gone to Minnesota. I didn't have Springer. Springer's went to Toronto, I think. But even Bergman and some of the other prolific names. But I said, okay, well, let me get Verlander, because Verlander is probably, he's going to be the last closest one, I think, that may get close to 300 wins. 300 wins, you got to have, be around a good organization, good teams. You got to stay relatively healthy, and just got to have that longevity. So, and it was just amazing how he came back from that Tommy John surgery. So I wanted to get a few of his cards, and I ended up getting the Topps